What does this man have to do with this? And this? And this? And that, and this. His name was Edward Muybridge, and he was the man that paved our way to motion picture films. His goal wasn't necessarily to pave that way to motion picture films, but to prove that all four legs of a horse left the ground during a trot. So to accomplish this, he set up several cameras to photograph the horse during its trot, and Edward was immediately blown away by his results. Not only was he correct with his theory, but when he put the images in a series and played them back, it looked as though the horse was moving. Video cameras still work this way today. When you hit the start button, the camera begins capturing a series of images until you hit stop. But how many images does it know to take? This is called frame rate, or FPS for short. Alright, so let's take a step back in time again to when the first silent films were created. So theaters added music to these films through phonographs or live musicians. Projectors had to be hand cranked back then, and some theaters would crank them at a higher speed to make room for that one extra showing at the end of the day. But when audio was added into films, you had to crank the projector at the same rate as the audio. Otherwise, the audio wouldn't match up with what the viewer's seeing on screen. So the standard frame rate that was chosen to keep audio and video synchronized was 24 frames a second. They chose this because 24 is the smallest number, easily divisible by 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8, allowing editors to quickly find their cuts on the film. Now let's jump back to present day. We're still using 24 frames a second in film. Why? We've tried other frame rates in movies, but it just doesn't give us that Hollywood style feel that we're also used to seeing. Introducing a higher frame rate to movies sounds like a great idea, but it seems as though that we're so used to seeing 24 frames a second that when we see something in 60, it just doesn't seem right. But moving over to social media, we use all kinds of frame rates. We love social media because of the authenticity of it. Seeing someone just like yourself behind a camera creating content is appealing to us. Social media seems to be moving over to 60 frames a second. So by using a higher frame rate for social media, it gives you more of a home video authentic look.